Absolutely. Again, solid maps in from both sides. Ancient, in theory, could be a steal for 4Glory if they've been doing their hard work and practicing on it and have a true tricks up their sleeve that Infinite can't quite read. But again, I'm looking at Inferno being our final battleground between these two squads as we get set and ready to get into our first matchup of the day. Infinite will be over on the T side, start 4Glory over on the T side, actually, excuse me, Infinite on the CT side. As we get into our pistol round. Glocks out, USPs, utility in on Raga. No defuse kit for the CT set.
And for 4Glory, you've got to wonder how much pace is going to be coming through from this round, whether it is just one of those topside plays or even a lurk attempt out to that ramp room itself. And Colin's thinking about making an aggressive move. This is quite quick towards ramp.
Raga dives down here towards this position. Cementi going to wait back and expect the T-side players to make their way in. Chanky opens up first blood, does get dealt with by Kindo very effectively. Cementi still watching out for the next player out of the play. And AVN's going to get caught off as a result. Collins trades it to a 3 versus 2, but it's still in the favor of the CT side. That bomb yet to commit to the site itself. They might dive down to B.
Yeah, just get that vent dive in, get that bomb plan at that lower bomb site straight away. Infinite going to be late to the rotates out to this ramp position itself. With the man advantage, though, it looks good for the Romanians.
Bring up the USP, Serenity. And back as Collins takes a couple of decent tag shots, but not enough to quite get those kills together. Zoots caught off in the back line, so 2 versus 2. Edim and Raga pressing the issue back towards the back of the V site. He's still got Collins to deal with. He's extremely low HP, but he's still getting tags off. Eventually finding that kill onto Raga, and now looking for the last man. Makes it a double up, and makes it a pistol for 4Glory.
Those Gooshes made all the difference in the world for those Glocks, just being able to get those headshots in. And what a start this was for Infinite. They're locking down the upper execution, so 4Glory, they put some nades out to that ramp position, apply some early pressure. It's a fake to go upper, and they cancel straight away. They go, this isn't working, let's vent dive in. Not really faced by too much resistance in terms of lower bomb site anchors itself, and the rotators just find nothing. Serini and Collins working together. Great recovery from 4Glory.
So nicely done, especially with the tags up on Collins that should have left him really traded by Infinite. Done with it very effectively, and now into control. Set piece towards the outside areas. Raga is watching for contact as Chanky does find that first kill. Serini caught off. Collins can get a trade back. Eden trying to focus on the Deagle. Can't quite land his shots here. They're getting close towards some tags, but no headshots, no casualties. A 4 versus 3 as AVN can trade and continue the campaign towards ramp.
Raga's just getting tagged up so heavy, and even Kindo has got the aggression, just the approach to look into that hell position, make sure that they're connecting onto that frag. And honestly, for Cementi and Zoots, I don't know how much is left in this round. Yeah, you've got one out towards observation itself. Only a tag pull that's going to come through from that Diggle. He needed to at least find a couple of kills.
And not much that they could have done here, this force buy. Going well for 4Glory to get the guns out. The Galil's in on most individuals, the AK for Collins. Zoot's just kind of left to his own devices. They're probably a save on the head Kevlar in particular. You can see that second over to 4Glory. Pretty effective stuff again, just to quickly make their way out towards ramp control, showing no mercy and just not giving any real breathing room for Infinite.
And that's a style of play that I do enjoy watching from 4Glory, is they're not very hesitant, and they also don't mind to be that slightly more risky sort of T-side team on Nuke. And what I mean by that is, in that situation, they've got a 4v3. You could just take ramp control and dive lower. Get the bomb plan in, play it out. Instead, okay, we know that we've done damage onto the Hell player. Let's do something about it. Let's press the issue. Let's look for that fight. Let's engage into further advantages. And even that MP9 just jumping forward out to that ticker position, making it difficult. Edom just getting hunted down by so many of these ramp players in all. And for Raga, he's trying to fall back. Doesn't quite happen at all. Can't get into safety.
Well, 2-0 to the start. 4Glory, of course, have the pistols to deal with here on the eco round. Still upgrades available for them. Still with that Kevlar on Zoots, that might be a bit of a problem. Serini making his way straight out with the Mac 10 diving down into the vents, and of course getting V-site presence already. Just draw their attention over here and hope that they can catch off some CT players. Serini does see that first player as Raga and Zoots go falling out towards the A bomb site. Good kills in with the aggression to just get shut down over at the hut position.
Now, from here forward, things are going to get quite difficult. They do catch off the Mac 10. That's not a crazy amount of upgrades that can come through from that city side. And for 4Glory, just a walk into the upper bomb site seems to be coming through very, very silent. And they go, hang on a minute, no one's here.
We'll get that plant down eventually, and there's not really much that the city teams can do about this. Hunt even towards outside. Cementi might give up the ghost on this one. Molotovs might even give up the info of their own right. He'll get past ahead of it. His teammate catches the kill instead. Kindo is fragged. He can fall back on Chanky's part. Enim can't get a similar success. The AK staying in here for the CT side line, just being flanked in upon by AVN. Burst firing, doing out the damage. Kindo trying to find that pick and eventually comes forward with it. So it will come up to a 3-0 start for 4Glory. No AK saved by the CT side, but Infinite have the buy.
Well handled. Yeah, they get that one pick down on lower. You can see the way that Sereni's just trying to see if he can create some backstab attempts, do as much damage with that Mac 10 as possible, and hunt down the AK. Very important that they didn't let that AK stay in play, because that would have been extra economy to just be flowing forward, and that upgrade in terms of weaponry itself. Ragga with the AWP, 4Glory, lots of money being farmed up in these last few rounds.
Setting with the AWP out of Ragga, trying to block them out towards the vents area. He's playing pretty close for an AWP. Could still be on a decent rotation towards Secret, or try and look in. And over to the outside control. Chanky is the man that works in there, just outside of the city entrance to garage. Can't see anything as the smoke clears back out. The T's have made their way down in Secret.
I've got to wonder how they're going to be able to bait off this AWP. Do they just boost up? Do they have a flash over the top? Even a molly to go down? Because for Ragga, at the moment, he is completely alone. He has no teammates to support.
Ready for the first shot, lines up a collateral, not quite a kill on the second man, but Collins is on 15 HP, and he's also dead to rights with his back turned towards Ragga's part. A 5-on-3 gain by Infinite without any damage being done by the 4Glory side. AUG finally does get traded back by D's AWP. Cementi can turn back into towards D, and AVN and Kindo in a 2v4 situation. 4Glory have lost control of this one very effectively. Kindo is on the flank. He takes his shot, though, and that gives away the info to where he's playing from. Chanky training back on AVN, and the last man being seen by the M4 allows that first round to come the way of Infinite.
Just poor stuff really coming through from 4Glory. They're very dry, and for the AWP, there's not even really much of a jiggle. Yeah, there's that first peak that comes through. What about Collins, though? Just not really being in the right position at the right time. They line up, and for Ragga, just playing out from that lower bomb side, just staying alive, continuing doing damage. That's one of the easiest holds he's going to get at the map.
That first on the board of the CT side, 4Glory. Guns can be reafforded, as you would expect. The Galil out for Sereni might be a bit of a problem, depending on how they take engagements. Chanky does see contact. Molotov's in. Burst fire of the M4, hoping to catch players off. The smokes go down to try and extinguish the flames. Chanky is going to get caught out in the open as AVN opens up this round. Cementi's ready with counter utility. And 4Glory do try and press the issue, actually. They look back in towards that ramp control. Collins gets Eden back to 5-on-3. AWP could line up so many, but he only gets tags up. Kindo on 3 points of health, but he's alive. The same can't be said for Ragga and Cementi and Zoots, while Cementi's dropping quick.
What an excellent round from 4Glory. Just the amount of pressure they're putting on the city side. And that shows the whole element of you can't afford to get caught off guard. That first spam that came through, as soon as a bullet or a flame, whatever it might be, might connect you, and you've got players in Squeak Door on that T side, you're getting wrecked. You're just getting spammed by all those AK bullets. And from there, they just start toying with them. They go quickly out from ramp. The rotation from hell is way too late. Out in the open, that ramp player needed to dive lower. When you're hearing that much information and seeing as much contact as there is, get down there and just give up that site presence. Instead, they're caught incredibly flat-footed. They're looking for so many fights. Yeah, they're doing damage, ever so slightly onto AVN, more heavy onto Kindo. No fights being won out by that Infinite side.
The fourth round before Glory, Infinite. Not a lot of cash available to the CT line here. A tactical pause seeming like it is going to get called in for Glory. It's like an explosive kind of round coming out for them, just feeling like it's so efficient. And Infinite just unable to capitalize on their own opportunities here. Even the CTs with no real money. It's got to be an eco, right?
Yeah, they're in a position where money's awkward. Yeah, you've got that saved in M4. Really, though, there's not going to be much money around it at all. And what I love in that round, too, is even when they put as much pressure out on ramp as they do, they're able to have that backstab. We see, what is it, Cementi on the city side rotating down into the vents, and you've got Sereni that's just already there. He's gone for that outside walk with the wall of the smokes, and yeah, as soon as you come down on the vents on rotate, he's there to try and fight you. 4Glory up to 4. And this is sort of what I was expecting and wanting to see from the Serbians, is just leading from the front. And on the T side of Nuke, if they were able to get to 7-8 rounds and push it even further than that, they'll put themselves in such a great position going into their second half.
There's Zoots pressing towards the outside control. A kill found for him to start off. Serini caught. Smokes on as D just fires away the AWP. And Incendiary go right past him as Eden tries to hold back, and the CT just spread out to try to catch more T-side presence.
Now, the walk outside from Collins is dry. No util, so no information that there is that walk coming in. Now, he might be able to assist in terms of the ramp players moving aggressively, and even for Eden, they've got a man advantage, and they're looking for more fights.
Orp shot missing out for D, recognizing that Zeus is going to press the issue, and the M4 gets another good pick back alongside Raga turning involved. And well, the CTs are mopping out against it. Everyone falls for 4Glory.
That was an interesting approach from Infinite, and it didn't seem like it all worked that well at the start. Yeah, the flash over from outside from Zoots is fantastic to deal with Serini, and then as soon as D gets the AWP pick, you go, 4v4, they're going to clean up this round. And then out of nowhere, what a sequence from Zoots. D maybe holding that angle too tight, Jay, not giving himself enough breathing room to get that flick over to the right-hand side, and that M4 that walked in from ramp just got away with so much damage.
I think that's the main reason, right? I think you're right. It couldn't adjust. The second goes to the board of Infinite as they try and mount up here on the CT side. They see players also up in the top of silo, spotting info, trying to catch these individuals. Oh, Raga recognizes he's behind the AC boxes. We're going to nade him out, see the headshot. Can't catch the player, can't catch the kill. Bomb passed off, but they just continue lurking in, continue looking for their way out.
You got to wonder how they're going to try and bait this AWP forward. Flash over the top. They want to try and get quite aggressively, get into that garage position, and Raga, he needs support.
Collins leans in. Raga hearing those footsteps, knowing those players are out here. Run boost to allow the man to cross, try and take the engagement. Can't quite win out that fight, though. Seeing the next man as Raga is set to fall. AVN picks up the pick back. He's traded on by Edom. 4-on-4, and Chanky did spot players crossing back a blue box.
Now, Edom's just pulling the distraction, trying to allow the main players to do as much damage as possible. Cementi still hasn't given up the ghost, but it's more kills coming through, and they know that Edom's here. He's so low, probably won't even be able to find a pick.
Eventually gets caught off through that smoke, leaving it all on Zoots. The Cementi falls the same, and Kindo cleans house. And 4Glory finding responses, such confident responses to Infinite's rounds.
I feel for the Observer in that round, honestly. Look at the map territory that's coming through from 4Glory. They're outside. They've got players, what? Outside of Garage, almost towards City Spawn. They've then got someone in lobby. That they've got players everywhere, and for Infinite Gaming, they're losing so many fights outside that they're starting to say, okay, we need to make some more info plays, try and see where those lurks are. 4Glory were all over the map in that situation.
Disallowed any breathing room at all here for Infinite. Quite a lot of potential that they had, information towards the outside, just couldn't capitalize on it with kills. Molotov's in, smokes out, flashes going over, fast play into the A site. Kindo, the first man out. Zoots is completely caught off guard, having absolutely no idea. D catches Cementi up close here. Chanky can get one responsive, but Kindo fires back from the low of the site, catching his kill. Serini caught by Fraga, and he was not ready for that one. AWP traded back to the AK, and the bomb goes down in a 3v3.
Well, Raga has the opportunity of trying to peek and just deny that bomb from going down. Doesn't quite happen. The Evan players, they need a flash to get out. That's going to come in.
Flashes in, CT's dive down. Eden turns that SMG into a pick. Collins trades, Eden trades him right back. 2 frags to his name, and D on 9 points of health. Scoped in, looking out towards Squeaky. The fuse being stuck by Raga, and there's no way he can swing back in time. It's going to be a third for Infinite as 4Glory do have the tables turned on them.
They'll be disappointed at that because they did a lot right in that situation. They have some tempo change. Yeah, they've been working on those defaults. They've had some quicker rounds. Okay, let's try the upper rush. Let's just get into that A bomb site. And my goodness, do they open up the bomb site. They give themselves a 5v3 advantage. It was Raga and the Heaven players, though, on rotate that really provided a way into that round itself. 4Glory, it should have been theirs. Instead, that retake was on.
The second tactical called in by 4Glory as a result here. 5-3. Still in the lead for them for the time being. And on the T side as well, it's encouraging. Done damage to Infinite, which means there's an SMG out for them in the next round by 2 M4s, 1 AK, 1 AWP. And 4Glory. They've got the full gambit of weapons as you would expect here from the Ts.
And Infinite Gaming, consistency is going to be key for leveling out the economy situation, because even in this round here, money in the reserve is very light. Same could be said for the T side, so being able to be the victors of this next could be all the difference. And even for D, scoped in, quite tunnel vision down. Eden turns it into 2.
And Cementi makes it a 3 casualty round for 4Glory. Collins and Serenity, last 2 players left here for the T side line. They have been picked apart. The hell are they follow up from Infinite again to try and stop the responses that 4Glory have had round after round. And with the money being where it is, this could also be a reset for the Ts.
Yeah, Collins just desperate for a pick back. Really needs to try and open up from this ramp position. Deals with the first. How much more can really come from that, though? It's only 1 pick. Sereni has got some space to work with outside, at least.
Focus on the suppress. AWP of Raga watching. Waiting and hoping for another kill or 2. AK Sereni sees that one man. Raga gets back out of dodge. AWP leaning back towards outside. Gets his head taken clean off. That's 2 more picks back for 4Glory in a 3-on-2 scenario that still favors Infinite.
Why are we seeing so many individual duels start coming through from Infinite Gaming? Rather than just jiggle peeking, rather than playing the man advantages, they're now starting to give this round up. And for 4Glory, think about leaning down to that lower bomb side. How many CTs are really going to be there? Well, none at all. No one's on rotate. The only can be through the vent position itself.
20 seconds. They've got to get a move on. No one is down on the B site either. Chanky will try rotate to grab that AK off the CT player that fell down there. Molotov's in. Smoke should get set up. The bomb can go down to the back site. Janky will spray blind. Crossfire with his teammate. Doesn't come up with a kill. Collins is extremely low. Serena goes down. And Zooch trades places to get the kill together and get the defuse in for Infinite.
Shaky round that comes through from Infinite. They hold it well in that 3v2. Zoots is able to make a slight more risky play, being able to get quite aggressive in from the backstab out from decontamination itself. He's got his teammate of Chanky that's got his eyes on in case they do move out from that smoke itself. And these opening couple of fights from Edom, honestly, with the not quite the round difference, but it was such an early advantage. And when Cementi gets the kill into the 5v2, it's very difficult for you to lose that round from there.
A solid 4th for Infinite. Coming in against the 4Glory side, of course. Guns out of the half by the Deagles in the P250s. The flashes out, smokes up. M4 standing by. Cementi just waiting for them to make their way out of the hut position. They've dived down through vents instead. The bomb is downstairs in B.
And they have been able to hear one of the outside players, get that bomb down straight away, play the 5v5 post plant. Edom's coming quickly in, and he's going to start realizing straight away the T's are playing this passive.
There's Zoots on the kill, smoking for Edom. Suppress the bomb. Kinno's got to take face. He's got to take the shot back towards him. And they're going to sneak it in without even need to take the directive engagements against 4Glory, which they're going to win anyway. The fuse held. The bomb plant bonus at least comes back. And I think Collins snuck an AWP away from the CT side.
That was a very cheeky round from Edom, just getting onto the bomb straight away. Not normally how it gets played at all. And notice how D gets that P250 trade back on himself just as that bomb gets defused. 4Glory put themselves in a good position in terms of the extra weapons that they can get. Would have liked to see if they could do more damage into that. And for Infinite, they've been able to tie up the scoreline.
Flashes in, Cementi watching, Kindoko of Cementi, AVN back and forth with the kills in a 4 versus 3 scenario. 4Glory have the sight, the spray's coming in for Infinite, going to try catch these players with tags up and kills, but nothing really found here by them. Bomb can go down, the retake should be on.
I don't know, mate. I don't think it is. Money's not great. There's still so much counter utility for this T side. Infinite, it's not worth it for me.
They're going to try it anyway. They're putting incendiaries up and smoke down to suppress some vision. Smoke was rolling for Chanky to try smoke off the squeaky door. Herd there, flashing his way out. Sereni gets back to close vents. AUG dives in and Edom can just get that kill, but Sereni trades it back. The AWP looks towards closed vents, brings it back to a 2v2, spots the second player, drops down, faces in. They're both out towards hut. 10 seconds for the defuse, and D comes up with his AWP pick. Chanky can't win against the man, and Infinite gave it their best try, but they still came up short.
And I look at this situation here and think, okay, let's just put our thinking caps on if they save. There is 2 players on that side that's got $6,000. If they just back off in the 3v4 retake, you've got a great buy moving forward into the next round. Infinite just putting too much stock in this round to be a success. And yeah, it's a good sequence that comes out from D. Notice the timer on that bomb. There's what, 11 seconds when they're in the 2v2? They have to get those kills in so damn quickly. And now they force themselves on a half buy.
Infinite just trying to force the issue in the aggression of the SMG. Zoot's caught off so quickly. They're getting desperate now. Serena's red Ragger as well. Sees his gun barrel, sees his man, gets his frag back. 5 on 3 now, 4Glory. Looking like they're in a fantastic position. Infinite, I mean, they couldn't do much here with these pistols, so what could you really expect?
And we know that for Infinite, they don't play a crazy amount of nuke. They've only played it 3 times on record. That's a decent kill that comes through onto Kindo. Just trying to see if they can test them, which 4Glory have been in this first half.
It is the CT side of Infinite, though, and they're still on the back foot. Looking in with the AK now for Cementi. Picked up that SMG, of course, finding that frag earlier against Kindo. The one casualty that they can afford to take here for 4Glory. And Cementi just focusing on the A defensive with his teammates. A wraparound from Chanky will go towards Secret. But either way, 4Glory are not even going to meet him. They're going out from ramp.
That's very, very silent and slow for 4Glory. D even being able to pick the outside player. Cementi giving the information back of where the AK is playing in from. I wonder if he goes for this, honestly, because they're going to get a buy together in the next round.
Possible. A second player can get his gun picked up on Chanky. It would be doable, but with Cementi going down as that AK goes in the hands of Chanky, I think his best bet might be to save. He's got no Kevlar. No util. Not really a lot to work with in general here. Try take face in towards lobby. Maybe catch an exit frag. I think that's as far as it goes, though.
I don't mind that play in terms of just the call of Cementi. Try and see if you can make something of it. Keep the economy low. If you can create an opportunity, then Chanky can support you on rotate out from ramp if it really does feel as if that round is going to be coming through into a victory itself. And you're not really playing much of a risk. Yeah, Edam's going to be low on the money line. Chanky can drop a weapon over to him. Everyone else is going to be pretty decent. And it just came down to, in a round where you don't have the best of upgrades, well, you're going to try to make aggressive moves to start that round off. And the 2 outside players on the city side just got picked off so quickly.
The 4Glory in full control still. Infinite just doing that damage on that previous eco with guns out for the next one. AWPs, M4s, and SMG still for Edam. Incendiary set ahead of 4Glory. Trying to suppress them out towards that ramp entrance. They're not going to make their way ahead of the smokes. They're just playing at the default. Utility in towards the A site. Might go for an A hit.
Yeah, they've been quite successful with their upper hits. They've been decent with the utility, getting that molly down to that default position, flashed over the top. D just keeping eyes on for that aggressive ramp play, which we have seen Infinite Gaming enjoy. And now think to themselves, okay, we're going to cancel. We're going to go for those outside smoke. Chanky playing aggressive in Garage.
You can see contact, but so far so little has been found. Utility in, Serini making his way out, checking the cubby corner, trying to wrap in against Chanky's part. AK in that back corner. Will the T's detect it? That might become a very important element to this outside default.
Ragger's going to start rotating away with that AWP, get drawn over to the ramp play itself. And for 4Glory, it's set up to be an inner take.
Molotov's in, Chanky finds that opening kill. Cementi can spray through, catch Kindo and ABN. Zoot's looking out towards this hot position, leaves it all on D now. 1v5, missed the quick scope shot. And Chanky closes back with a kill of his own, a 6 for the board of Infinite. All 5 alive, and when Infinite look good, man, they look so confident in these rounds.
It all comes down to opening man advantages, really. Chanky getting that pick outside, no molly to the top of Hut, not really being able to clear out Cementi at all, and it's just easy pickings in from that CT side. Rotation from ramp comes in quickly. D's not able to do any further damage into the round, and for 4Glory, now look at the investment they're bringing forward. They've got SMGs.
Mac 10's on 2, or back for Ragger, takes his fight and wins it. AVN trades back as Ragger gets an 8 kill on towards that man. 2 for 1 on the responsive. 4Glory down by a player.
Now, Sereni's making some good work of this ramp position. Collins catching off the aggressive move. And Infinite, they are making a bad habit of this, of when they're being put up in these grand positions, they're throwing it away with overly aggressive peaks that just don't need to come out.
Minute and 15. A 3-on-3 scenario. 4Glory have brought their line back into this round. God sees his man, misses his shot. Serena gets his kill and doubles up. 4 HP to his name, but he's done enough here to allow 4Glory to take A.
Raga did so much in the round to already get a couple of kills. To see him miss a shot like that, you don't expect it. That was a pretty easy one, and just look at how quickly the decimation of Sereni starts coming through. You miss your opportunity, I'm going to strike. He not only deals with that trade onto the AWPer, he even gets a finishing kill from the bottom of heart position, opening up the upper bomb site, allowing Chanky just to hold onto the AK and save. And 4Glory and Infinite Gaming, this has been tight on the first map of Nuke.
Yeah, it has been. 4Glory are going to edge out the advantage at the very least going into the halftime. Infinite. Just enough of cash to float a decent buy. Not going to be amazing, though. Be lacking in some key departments, of course. There won't be an AWP. There's not enough money to afford it. Be lacking in some of the main rifles of the CT side, because, again, they can't afford it. It's round 15 4Glory. Make it a 9-6 half turning into their CT side.
Now, gotta think that leading from the front, being able to get 9 rounds on T side could be very likely here for 4Glory. Even for Infinite Gaming, not the best of buyers at all. Lot of utility coming through to that upper take. Raga trying to evade as many of those flashes as possible. They don't know about the walkout already.
Yeah, they'll avoid all the T-side players by extension. AVN, Collins getting the latest 2 kills. Cementy trying to line up 2, only gets the 1 frag. And Edom coming out from hell will try to get to heaven and deny this bomb plant if it's all possible. AVN's waiting for it, though. It's all a case of when D picks up and plants it. Molotovs in the drive him away should secure enough breathing room for 4Glory to go for the plant.
They've got another molly and a smoke to put up to that heaven position. Instead, the smoke is going to go down to main. Another molly coming through for head, and they'll know Edom's here now.
Smokes it off, nade in, missed out, goes out towards the blue box corner and ultimately loses out the chances. D swings out, gets his shot in and goes 9-6 up at the turn of the half. Big stuff for the Serbians as they gain control at the turn going into the break. Well, 9-6 leaves a slight lead over to the 4Glory side, about as good as they could get it given the circumstances against Infinite Gaming, and going into their CT half especially, it is still encouraging. They looked real solid over the T half leg, and the question is, what can we expect from Infinite coming out on their attacking side?
Well, you've got to imagine for them just being able to go for another one of these inner takes, mini smoke being lined up for the T side just to get them in quickly.
Down in CT, trying to take face in Serini. Looking back at the T side, trying to catch them off. Bomb plant is in the perfect position to try and counteract him. He's at the end of the smoke. I think he just got spotted, and yes, he does get driven away. Meanwhile, 3 players coming out from ramp, and D and Serini can get those 2 kills in against Seminci and Raga. Janky trades back to a 3-3-3 scenario. The bomb's yet to get planted, but it should go down soon. Not before Zoots gets the man advantage and doubles it up with a perfect headshot.
Great stuff from Zoots, being able to really bring that round back just by himself, getting that bomb down to the lower bomb site, and even Collins is getting stuck out from ramp, needs to take this fight before he can even think about getting the clutch on.
No kits in for him, going to attack real quick. Moves in to open up the window. Observation, flicks around towards the decon position, but Edom still finds his kill, and Infinite will find their pistol round, an all-important pistol round at that.
Serini just trying to see if it can work on the edge of that main smoke itself. Cementi being able to pull the contact. It was really just Zoots out from the lobby position that made that round so possible. 4Glory are in a 3v3. They're thinking to themselves, okay, we're going to start aggressing out to that ramp position. We'll get ourselves into some lobby control, start backstabbing in to defend the upper bomb site, and Infinite Gaming just have none of that. 4Glory on the force up. Infinite, chance to get closer and closer to tying up the scoreline.
All-important pistol round that turns into conversion, and then a follow-up in the eco base. There's a lot to work from for Infinite at this stage. Assuming they can get past 4Glory right here. This is where the CTs can be their most dangerous.
Outside smokes coming through. Not seeing any spam from the CTs just yet. Sereni's thinking about a rotation down to that lower bomb site. Use that deagle up close and personal.
His way around. Galil in, spray up. Serini getting caught. Opening frag for this round for Infinite for now. They've made their way down and towards that B site. Secure that plantless AVN. There's anything massive here. He's going to need his backup in Collins and co. Kindo's watching the A site, recognizing there's nobody out here. They'll check positions. Raga has not seen the player on the ramp itself, and Collins can get his pick back, turn around against the players coming in over at Decon, and AVN could trade that individual. So 3 versus 3. CDs are doing a great job of holding on, but they've all mass rotated back into the B site, so A's completely open for the plant.
As soon as they recognize just how many CTs are out to that ramp position, okay, Edom's still in squeak door, let's just bring that bomb upper. Let's just have the safe attempt of getting that bomb down in 3v3. Kindo's rotating up quickly with the rotate as well from that scout, even out from the vents position itself.
Watching out from the hut entrance, the smokes go down. Edom with his eyes set as the T's try and make their way up. AVN. Throw away in with a flash going over. Edom not catching any of it. They still dive down and find Chanky. Cementi holding on with a kill back. Just such HP makes it simple enough to get that kill back on D despite that. And AVN recognizing that he's out of this round with less than 10 seconds on the defuse. No chance without a kit. It's going to be an 8th for Infinite.
And this is something that we can start pushing forward of just starting to realize how close and down to the wire this map really could be. 9-8, Infinite just starting to work it back, and you can just see how much damage Serini was able to do out from that secret position. You're thinking, oh, that's great damage. Okay, where's the capitalization? Well, Collins gets a pick. We see the hold coming through from the 3v3. Infinite Gaming, how quickly they recognize, right, it's a gamble stack at lower. Let's just bring the bomb upper.
4Glory only have that one AK now to save into the next round, surely. I don't think they can have much impact here in this one. Maybe get some exit frags. They are trying some cheeky plays out towards ramp. There's 2 players up on this boost spot with Kindo that could also work in on the contact position itself. There's a Zeus also in play. Close quarters from Serini. Hoping that someone gives up the ghost out here towards this hut entrance, but no one's going to go there. They're out towards ramp.
All right, Jay, what are we thinking? They going to clear this position if they go ramp? Because distraction might be pulled from Kindo. They might not